Hello from Finland Farm. As you may have noticed, it has been a while since I put out a video. I'm not one of these type of people that feels the need to put out a video 2 or 3 times a week just to keep subscribers. I'm kind of one of these people, if I'm going to do a video, I kind of like it to be halfway interesting. I don't want to just put out a video, just put out a video. And I hope this is well, at least a halfway interesting video today. Anyway, what I'd like to talk about today is propagating Forsynthias. And if you've just Google Forsynthia, they're a really beautiful bush. They grow pretty tall, I don't know, 10, 15 feet tall sometimes. And they have beautiful yellow flowers, and you see them in springtime. I don't, right now it's late November, and no Forsynthias in bloom right now, but they're really pretty yellow flowers, and you see them in the springtime, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. Well, anyway, I have a couple of bushes, really small ones. Started them from cuttings about a year ago. They've already grown a couple of feet, and yeah. Anyway, how about I just show you? For the air conditioner noise, these Forsynthias are losing their leaves a little bit, and plus it's really windy here, so a lot of the leaves have blown off. But anyway, this is one of the 2 Forsythia plants. There's another one right over there. And a couple of months ago, I trimmed them with my son and trimmed a bunch of, I don't know, 6 to 8 inch cuttings off of them. And well, in a second, I'll just show you what those cuttings are. But as you can see, I trimmed this bush back a little bit in order to get some cuttings off of it, and also to prune it. And let me show you the cuttings I've taken. The cuttings that I've taken, and as you can see, I took one of these plastic tubs and filled it with sand. Ugh, if I can get the lid off. And I've placed the cuttings in there. Now these are Forsynthia cuttings. As you can see, they're about 8 inches long, and I pulled the leaves from, just leaving a top couple of inches with leaves on it. And then Forsynthias are really easy to root, and all I had to do was, once I did pull the leaves off, took the cutting, I dipped it into a rooting hormone, which right now I can't find, but I'll put a link in my video down at the bottom down there, so you can check it out from Amazon. Get that rooting hormone. It's actually one of the better ones I've from the reviews, and I highly recommend it. Well, anyway, strip the leaves off the bottom, 2/3 of it, dipped it in a rooting hormone for 2-3 seconds, and then using my pinky, I used pure sand here and put the cutting in there, and then gently push sand around it. And it's been in here for a couple of months, and I've moistened it, and really I've only had to add water to it twice. Kept it in here. There's holes at the bottom of this that I put in there so that if there's too much moisture, it'll drain out. But really it really did well. It kept the moisture in there. It was like a little mini greenhouse with this lid here. I had it on the porch where it would get some light, but it wouldn't have direct sun on it to overheat it at all. I don't want to cook it, the roots. Well, anyway, let's take a look and see how well the roots have done. All right, I'm just gonna pull one out here, and wow, look at that. There are some roots on that. Let me try a couple others. Pull just gently. Oh, that one's in there tight. I'm gonna have to root around with my finger, pull them out a little bit. This one's in here pretty tight too, but as you can see, there are roots galore on these, and just putting my finger in here, I can tell that it stayed moist. So this has been a really good idea. I got the idea from Mike McGarity. I can't remember his name, but he has a backyard nursery channel. Does a lot of propagation planting videos. So if you come across his videos, highly recommend them. But as you can see, the rooting hormone really worked on these. So I'm actually going to transplant these today into my raised bed, and I don't want these roots to dry out, so I do want to get them in there quickly. Just give you a quick tour of my raised bed. All right, today I just put in several bags of sand. Let me get my shadow out of the way. And put several bags of sand with, it was pretty much 2/3 sand, 1/3 compost that I have from a pile here. And it's about, 12 inches high. I built this out of boards from a fence. And then I have a top that, it's like a cap that I filled on top. As you can see, it's right over there leaning against the fence. And I'll cover this with that top, and that'll keep the moisture in there. All right, I'm gonna do some transplanting, and I'll show you what I've done. A couple more on, as you can see. Confirmation that there are really nice roots on these, and I've already put a couple of these in here, and hopefully they'll you know, spread their roots out and grow a little bit bigger here over the winter. Because I'm afraid that if I just leave them in that tub, that they'll die back, get frozen or something. So anyway, I'm going to plant these, and when I'm done, I'll show you what I've done. Got all these transplanted. Unfortunately, I had 2 failures, but out of all these, having only 2 failures is not a bad deal for me. I'm not generally pretty good at rooting plants, but this is 1 failure. Still has green leaves on it. I'm not too sure what the deal is, but just in case, I'll just throw it in the ground, see what happens. And this one here, the leaves just completely came off it. Nothing happened. That's a waste. Well, the next part of this video is I'm trying to propagate the same thing in that bucket. I've got some Leyland Cypresses, and I don't know how well they'll turn out. They're a little bit woodier. I've already pulled one out, and there may be some small, I don't think there's much rooting on there, but it is getting moisture because it's still green after a couple months. Except for this one's turning a little brown, and it may have been planted too deep, but that looks like a root right there at the end. If you look closely, there's a piece of white sticking out, so this one looks like it might be rooting. Well, I'll put this in the ground and see what happens, but I don't have a lot of hope for these Leyland Cypresses. It'd be great if I get a few of them out of it, but and that over there, but we'll see. Going across with these Leyland Cypresses, I'm not seeing roots like I did on the other one where they're really all over the place, but I don't know if that'll focus on that, but you can see the little white nodules at the end right here at my thumb. Looks like it's trying to form roots. So this one is not done for yet. I mean, it doesn't look promising with no roots on it after 2 months, but I'm starting to see white nodules, so it's not down for the count. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to go ahead and I'm putting these in here, and we'll see how they do in a couple months. I just finished putting them all in, and I just gave them a good watering. And one of the things I'm concerned about that I should just mention is that because these have been in those buckets there under the porch where they were out of direct sunlight, I'm kind of worried about these getting too much sun. So I will be putting the lid on this, even though it's kind of a warm day. It is kind of getting late in the afternoon, so as you can see from the long shadows, but I want to keep the sun directly off of them. I'm afraid that might do more damage than it's getting them out directly. Anyway, hope it's been beneficial. If you subscribe to this channel, thanks a lot. Like I said, I'm not going to put a video out all the time, just put a video out. I'm trying to keep things interesting, and I hope you found this interesting. Anyway, thanks a lot. Talk to you later, and signing off from Finland Farm.